Hey guys, how's it going? Muthurajah here, back with a new video lesson for y'all. So I decided to do a monthly series. I did realize that I have tried to do a bunch of series of lessons, but I always fail. But this one is pretty exciting. I want to break down a Jaco groove every month. And I thought for starters, I'd go with the River People. The reason I chose River People is not only because I was recently sitting in the shed with it, but also because it's one of those things that sounds way easier than it actually is, okay? And if you haven't tried to play it, try it right now. Pause this lesson and try it. You'll know what I mean. It's just octaves, primarily, at least 80 to 90% of it throughout the whole song, until it breaks down into a different kind of groove. Octaves, you know, bass players, we always play octaves. In fact, it's one of the things a beginner can pick up very quickly. Just, you know, get them to place their fingers. First and middle, first and middle. Right? Fairly simple. Now, if I was to take the same bass line and just play it that way. That's very easy. That's super easy. A beginner, or I could even get my mom to do that in a day maybe. But the minute you double the notes and play it as 16s, it becomes hard. And it's kind of strange, isn't it? Because that's all there is to it. But the minute I double, I have to do first, middle, and I have to skip that string now in a 16th note flow, which makes it very hard. There, I missed that first note of that D. That's better. And I need to get the notes out punchy. Not. That's not what we're doing. We're playing it punchy. So the left hand has to mute the note right. And if you notice, my middle fingers are constantly resting. That's to avoid any form of noise from the other strings that are not being played, and that's also to help deaden the notes that I'm actually fretting with the first and pinky on my fretting hand. Okay, so one of the things guys get wrong with playing this bass line is actually the string skipping. What you would notice, it's a little subtle, is that I'm extending my wrist out to play the top string. I'm not moving just the fingers, because if I move just the fingers, I'll look like this. You see? It's forcing my wrist down that way, and that's a very painful position. If I move to the side, you'll see what I mean. So I'm doing this. I'm using the wrist, but I'm pushing out of the elbow a little bit. Right? So the idea is to let your body do whatever is needed to accommodate certain moves on the bass. Now, the faster I play this, that movement gets less and less exaggerated. Okay? And it becomes harder to play naturally. But the idea is a very exaggerated version that helps make it easier. Okay, and then on top of that, you have to play. So the bottom notes are quieter. Okay, so it gives a very strong bounce. It just adds so much depth to the pocket of the groove. And that's one of the many things you can hear in Jaco's grooves. All his grooves have so much dynamic range just within a single bar. Even if I take something like, you know, all that stuff is so dynamic. There's a lot of work happening with both the hands. If you don't pay attention, you'll completely miss the picture. So now that is the mechanics of the picking hand. Now the fretting hand, especially when it goes to this little bit in the middle where those nines come out. It's a little tricky because you still want to keep it clean, and this open E to this fretted E is hard. So you'll notice I pick almost without anchoring my thumb because it's quick, right? And then when I play the top E, my thumb immediately goes to the E string to mute it. And same when I'm playing the G sharp. So there's a lot of that happening. And what you want to do is try not to jerk the hand. Try not to be quick with that move. Relax, take it slow. Okay, take it slow. Try not to make any awkward sudden movements with your picking hand and the fretting hand. That's why you really have to memorize your notes well so that you can prepare. Like when I did this bit. Okay, naturally I went for the B over here and not here, because when I heard the recording and then when I saw the video, that's what Jaco does as well. It's for the sake of sound, because verses sounds different. I don't know how much you can tell the difference, but they sound very different. Okay, so what you can do to further develop these kind of ideas is to actually start doing more than doubled notes. You can do triple. So play them short, long, short, long, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In fact, what you can do is a practice method that I got from Peter Erskine, great drummer, that I use for practicing my stick control. You start from 8 and work your way down to 1. So it's 8 first, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2, 1. There. I goofed up there because for 1, I just need each finger on each string. So 2, 1. Yeah, there we go. That's better. And that's going up. Okay, so what makes it extra hard is that string skipping aspect, because we don't get an opportunity to play 16th notes with string skipping. Generally, we play them in a linear fashion or with consecutive strings. So even when I play solos and stuff, I struggle with certain ideas, like if I were to do like that. something like that. But that's singular notes. If I were to double that, now because I'm straining myself and I'm forcing myself to try and focus and do it, I'm able to do it. But usually I tend to struggle with it. Okay, so I hope you get something out of this, and yeah, I will definitely do another groove video for next month, which is less than a week away. All right, I'll see you guys in the shed until then, I suppose. Peace.